Keanu Reeves had always been a man of quiet reflection, often finding solace in the simplest routines. But on this particular night, fate had something extraordinary in store. Keanu had just wrapped up a meeting with the director about an upcoming project. The cafe's warm ambiance lingered in his mind as he walked to his car through a dimly lit parking lot. The air was crisp, and the city hummed softly in the background. He had no idea his life was about to intersect with someone else's in a way that would leave an indelible mark on both of them. As Keanu neared his car, he noticed something unusual. Parked at the far edge of the lot was an old sedan. Its windows were fogged, the exterior battered. Normally, he might not have paid it much attention, but something about it drew his focus. Inside, he saw movement, a woman holding a small child close to her chest. Keanu's footsteps slowed, his heart sinking as he pieced together what he was seeing. The woman looked up abruptly, noticing him staring. Her face was pale, her eyes sunken with exhaustion. Her baby, no older than 6 months, let out a faint cry. Keanu approached cautiously, his hands visible to show he meant no harm. "Excuse me," he said gently, leaning down to the driver's side window. "Are you okay? Do you need any help?" The woman's initial reaction was defensive. She cracked the window just an inch. "We're fine," she said curtly, though her trembling voice betrayed her words. "My name's Keanu," he said softly, kneeling slightly to her eye level. "I don't want to intrude. I just want to make sure you and your baby are safe." Her resolve cracked. Tears welled up in her eyes as she whispered, "We're managing. I don't want to be a burden." As the moments passed, she opened up. Her name was Sarah, and her baby was Mia. Just 6 months ago, Sarah had been working as a secretary at a law firm, supporting herself and her newborn. But when the company downsized, she was let go. Without a steady income, she quickly fell behind on rent. "I thought I'd have more time," Sarah said, her voice breaking. "I thought I could find something before it came to this." She had tried everything, applying for jobs, seeking help at shelters, but they were overcrowded. Most nights, she parked in lots like this, hoping for safety while Mia slept in her arms. Keanu listened intently, his chest tightening with each word. "You've been through so much," he said. "But you're not alone anymore. Let me help." Keanu immediately sprang into action. "Wait here," he said. He returned 20 minutes later with groceries, diapers, baby formula, and a thick blanket. Sarah was hesitant to accept, but Keanu insisted. The next morning, he made a series of calls. A friend who worked at a local shelter promised to find space for Sarah and Mia. Keanu even arranged for a warm meal to be delivered to them while they waited for the shelter to open. Over the next few days, Keanu's quiet determination didn't waver. He took Sarah's car to a trusted mechanic and covered the cost of repairs. He contacted another friend who ran a job training program, securing Sarah a spot so she could gain the skills she needed to re-enter the workforce. One evening, Sarah broke down in tears. "Why are you doing this for us?" she asked. Keanu sat beside her on the steps of the shelter, his expression thoughtful. "Because I've been in dark places too," he said. "I know what it's like to feel like there's no way out. But someone helped me once when I needed it. It's only right to pay it forward." Weeks turned into months. With the support of the shelter and her own determination, Sarah secured a job at a nonprofit. The steady income allowed her to rent a small apartment. For the first time in months, she felt a sense of stability. One day, Sarah received an unexpected package. Inside was a handwritten note from Keanu. "You're stronger than you know. Keep moving forward. Keanu." The note was accompanied by a small trust fund for Mia's future education. Months later, Sarah decided to share her story online. She didn't name Keanu, but she described how a stranger's kindness had turned her life around. The story quickly gained attention. When the media identified Keanu, he responded with his characteristic humility. "It wasn't about being a hero," he said in an interview. "It was about seeing someone who needed help and doing the right thing." Years later, Sarah stood in her own small office, running a community outreach program for struggling single parents. Mia, now a happy and thriving 5-year-old, sat coloring at her desk. Keanu quietly visited one day, watching from a distance as Sarah helped another young mother. He smiled, knowing the ripples of that one night had grown into waves of change. Sometimes, he thought, a single act of kindness can light up a path for generations to come.